Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and another Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update. Yet again, Dennis Brandval, the design director on Battlefront 2, has been kind enough to give us some more answers out on Twitter while we wait for official communication from EA and DICE. He responded to quite a lot of questions, some of them reiterating things he've said before, but I'm gonna go through the answers here that I think you guys might be interested in. As always, if you want to read every single response, his Twitter is @dice_firewall. So starting off, he was asked if you should save or use your crafting parts and credits right now, and to that he responded saying, "We will give you info ahead of the patch to make the right decision, don't worry." And I don't think that's any surprise, but obviously good to have confirmation on that, and that's kind of why I am stocking up on credits right now, as I want to see if it's worth using the credits for the current system or the next system, and I feel like I have the most of the stuff upgraded that I want right now anyways. And moving on, in regards to how often they are getting patches, he clarified a bit saying that our goal is to get to bi-weekly client patches at least, because right now they've been doing them on a monthly basis, roughly 4 weeks between each client patch, but their goal for the future is apparently to get to bi-weekly client patches. So I'm glad that they do have that ambition, even if they haven't reached that yet, because that would put it on the same level as some of the other really active live service games that do get client patches that often. And when someone asked in regards to Season 2 news, he answered saying, "I wouldn't get too hung up on seasons or not. There will be content updates every month, sometimes heroes, sometimes troopers, sometimes modes, sometimes planets." So this is actually a quite important update, I would say, because he's basically telling us that we will be getting content updates every month, and we have actually gotten that so far, although it hasn't been too much content. In January we did get a new blast map, as well as Aiden's TIE Fighter, and in February we obviously got a bunch of arcade maps, the jump pack cargo game mode, and so on. So I'm glad that they're gonna stick to that, and even the months where we don't have a season or we don't have a big content drop, we will still get something, and I think that's very important to keep the game alive. And I also think it's important that we learn that it's not just gonna be, here's a big drop with heroes, vehicles, planets, modes, and all at once, so it might be very different between each season, which is something that I think Dennis has said quite a lot of times now, but I just think we as a community need to kind of accept that they will be moving away from the standard DICE way of dropping X amount of content in every DLC, but now it might be, well, like you said earlier, sometimes there will be 0 heroes in a season, sometimes there will be 4. And when he was asked if there will be anything for those of us who have already unlocked the most stuff when the new progression system arrives, and he said, absolutely, it's not like we're done adding stuff for you to unlock for your characters. We'll go through it all in depth before the changes arrive though. So that's obviously good to hear. No surprise, but I'm assuming we will get some more weapons, attachments, well, skins of course, and things like that. And in response to when the challenges to the hot skins will arrive, he simply said they will be announced in the game, I believe. So I'm assuming they're just gonna pop up as a timed milestone at some point, although it would be nice to have a little blog post or official confirmation so that we actually know when to expect them. But again, if you subscribe to me, you will know as soon as those challenges are out. Lastly, and almost most importantly, he was asked about the roadmap so that we can actually know what's coming in the near future and be more excited for it instead of feeling like we are completely left in the dark. He responded saying, "Yes, working on it, ... So again, very good news that they are already working on a roadmap. The last game got a roadmap a lot earlier, but obviously performing heart surgery on the game and completely remaking the progression system has probably shifted around their planning quite a lot. But I am very excited to see that roadmap, as it's something that I think is very important for the community. No matter what we get, it's always good to know, at least for the coming months. We don't need to know the entire year, because that could obviously change based on feedback. But as long as we can get an idea of when to expect what, I think it will make us all more patient as well, because if we know that this cool thing is coming in 3 months, well, fine, at least we know it's coming. But yeah, that brings this video to an end. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.